Sides, good morning. Christian and I are out here getting started on the truck today. Gonna be putting a full exhaust on it. Gonna be doing long tubes, all 3-inch exhaust, into an X-pipe, into resignators, and then out the back. Be a lot louder than stock, hopefully flow a little bit more air, because you know, that's what this little 5.0 needs in its life, because it makes no power as it is, so it might as well sound cool, right?
Yeah.
So last night we got the old exhaust basically all off except for one shorty header. We are starting to mock up the long tubes, but they're kind of being a pain in the ass, but that's to be expected. So here's our little parts pile we got going. This is the driver's side header right here. And then while the headers are off, we're gonna change the plugs, because why not? And then here's some plug sleeves, just so we don't have any shortage problems. Got just some 3-inch stainless. Christian mapped out all the stuff he needed to buy, and it's all here. Basically should just be plug and play with a little bit of welding. I think we're gonna TIG weld it all, maybe MIG, we'll see. But we just gotta start putting the puzzle together and get shredding. So what's the problem on the passenger side over here?
The front tube is hitting the frame, the inside of the frame. So you gotta pull the header back out and then grind some out of the frame rail a little bit just to get it to clear enough to get it up into position, because it won't even get to where it needs to be right now because it's hitting the frame. So we got some hacking to do.
Yeah. Gotta get some clearance. The other side's got a lot more room on it, but this side, the whole starter assembly is kind of in the way. And isn't the motor pushed over to the passenger side a little bit? Yeah, so it's just gonna be a little bit tighter. This side's gonna be a pain, the other side just gonna go super smooth. And then, yeah. And then we'll see where the long tubes shoot the exhaust, so we know where to plan to put the X pipe and everything after that. See if it'll go above the cross member that's in there. So we got a lot to do to try and get this side on, so let's get started. So we just got the driver's side header on. That one was super easy, everything went smoothly. Got that one mocked up, and then we had to go through the pain of getting the passenger side one in. That one took a little massaging. Probably took like an hour to get everything right, and we got it mocked up. We just pulled it out. Since it got all scraped up since we were mocking it up, we're gonna go get some high temp spray paint and just go over it real quick so it's not all dinged up when they're brand new. And yeah, so we're just gonna give you like an overview of what we just did to get it all fitted up. What do you do, Christian?
So we had to, you want to show them?
Yeah.
We had to grind the inside of the frame rail out quite a bit.
Yeah.
There was a heat shield on the firewall of the cab that had to come out too. There's a nub, I don't know if you can see it on the trans, but that had to be cut too and then ground down, because the inside of the header was getting hung up on it. Yeah, it's a little shiny part that you can see ground down right there. Yeah, and then just to get it in, the heat shield on the starter also had to come off, but that should be able to go back on. And then now we're just doing spark plugs.
Yeah, we had to take the heat shield on the firewall off too. It was just held in by rivets. It was kind of like a 3-piece structure. We're not gonna put that back in since I don't really think it was doing that much. But yeah, it's been kind of a pain. We had to grind down a lot of stuff. The header was going in and out a whole bunch of times. So now we just got to get that paint. Christian's replacing spark plugs. We got to do that on both sides, and then should be able to put the gaskets in, put the header in, and let her rip. Oh my God. This thing literally sounds like a boat. We're gonna go to Mission Bay right now. Let's go. Oh my, this thing is so loud. So it's the long tube header shooting towards the back of the truck. And we have the X pipe kind of just mocked up over there from the jack. And we're trying to build a piece that's gonna come up over the cross member right here, and we think we got it. So what we did is just pie cut some 3-inch stainless. It's like a 40-degree bend up and a 40-degree back to straight. And that's just gonna help us mate up with the tubes going to the X pipe, so we don't have any like binding issues hitting the cross member or anything.
Also gonna add a little bit of backflow probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Ideally you want some bends in it, but I don't have anything to bend 3-inch stainless that tight, so.
Yeah, so we just gotta get this side all tacked up, and then once we know it's good, we'll find and weld it all. But we also got the other side, which is gonna be a little bit trickier, because again, the passenger side's a little bit tighter of a space. So Christian's gonna explain how we mock up everything under the truck and know where to weld it once it's on the table.
Yeah, so we had the X-pipe, this is part of the X-pipe right here. We had this in the truck, and then the headers connect to this flange here. So we had just the flange bolted to the truck and the X-pipe in there, and we had to build all this to connect the two. And the way we did that is I just made a first stubby tube that had an angle cut on it, and then we connected the center. And then to do that, to get everything to line up, we just took a Sharpie and drew lines like that to line everything up in the truck, and then pulled it all out and then tacked it on the table, and then put it back in for a test fit and made sure everything fit. And then obviously it does, so we're about to get it all welded up right now.
It is now the next day. I'm out here a little bit before Christian, so I can get started cleaning up the garage a little bit since it's still kind of a mess. So what I've been doing recently is just kind of organizing all the tools in the drawers. Like, let's see. This is one that I've already done, and then this is what the other ones look like. So I want to spend a little time before he gets out here trying to organize the other drawers, and then we're back to the truck. Pretty soon we're going to be working on this thing in the next couple videos, so stay tuned for that as well. Much better. So we're here under the truck. I'm just going to go over the exhaust with you real quick of what we have so far. So from the long tube headers, it goes into the collector and then shoots into this pipe that we made that goes over the cross member here. Then it comes back into our X pipe. Coming back from there, hard to get an angle on this stuff under the truck. From there, from the X pipe, it comes back, shoots in the resonators, and then right now we're making down pipes to come out to where the exhaust is just going to jump and shoot straight to the ground. So Christian's making those. I'm out here tightening everything up. We just made where we're going to mount the exhaust up to the cross member here. So we just got to weld it. We just bent this and bolted it right to the strap right there. So now we're just going to hold this up and weld it up there, and then the whole exhaust will be intact. So the trick to making these exhaust pieces is you gotta match the angles when you cut them. So these are 225s, and they'll mate up to make a 50. That just makes it easier when you're welding it, so there's no gap when you have to do it. If you just did one 50-degree angle and matched up just a normal piece, you get this big gap right here, which is unweldable. You have to beat it down, and then you lose the airflow. And when you got nice pieces, you kind of want to take advantage of everything you're getting. So just easier to match up the angles, and you don't have to beat anything, and it just welds together really nice. Christian and I just got the tips on. Everything's welded, bolted up. Let's check it out real quick. Alright, so this is where it comes back, and then it shoots out right here. So it's shooting out to the side a little bit. And now that everything's together, it's time to start it and hear the final product. Truck's way louder than before. It sounds a little boaty, so we're already thinking about switching to kind of race muffler rather than a resonator. But yeah, everything's plugged up. We just gotta get a plug for an O2 sensor on the other side header, because right now there's an exhaust leak right there. But yeah, let's take it for a drive. All right, we're in the truck. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Way better. Alright, that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole build progress. Stay tuned for the next one. We're going to be uploading again probably this week of doing stuff on the other truck. So stay tuned. If you like the video, please comment how you think it sounds, and if you have the time, go and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned.